Today's Cowboys Report is made possible by Roan. I'm rocking one of their polos, and you should too. It is the perfect holiday gift for yourself or a loved one. 20% off your order at roan.com/chatsports when you use code CHATSPORTS. Tell you more about them later on in today's show, but we are in the sub-battle for the great state of Texas, and the Texans are actually beating us right now, which I'm a little bit disheartened by. They're actually a competent team, and they are benefiting a little bit from a primetime game. But we want to continue to grow the channel. Hit that sub button at youtube.com/CowboysTV. Let's at least beat the Texans in one thing over the next week. We're talking injury updates here. Some concerning ones on today's show. Even in a lost season, there are things I'm still worried about there. Now, there's no formal injury report today because it is Tuesday, a normal Tuesday for the Cowboys. I know it's Wednesday, but the practice schedule, it's Tuesday because they play Monday Night Football. So the first injury report will come out on Thursday, but practice was at least partially open, and media, like Todd Archer, listed the players who were not participating. Here's who they were. Tyler Smith with an apparent knee injury, Hunter Luepke and Jourdan Lewis with unknown injuries. We'll discuss that in a little bit here. Zack Martin, Eric Kendricks with the shoulders and the calves for Kendricks as well as the shoulder/calf. Nick Vigil, Trevon Diggs, Caelen, Carson, DaRon Bland. I will make notes. Because there is no injury reports, I am assuming that those injuries are what they were previously, with the Tyler Smith exception because, well, you'll see why in a second. That does mean a couple notable players were practicing. Cooper Rush, despite Jerry saying he had a neck strain, he was out there. DeMarvion Overshown with that knee burstus, he was out there. Wanye Thomas progressing through concussion protocol. Good news on that front. Plus, Michael Parsons, CeeDee Lamb were ready to go. Let's go to the Tyler Smith one, because this is the concern one, because I want my young, good players to keep playing and getting better. Calling me crazy, even in a loss season, that's what you want to do. Smith had his knee wrapped, his left knee, at practice today. Worked with the rehab group. Some great photos coming out on that. A lot of them out there on social media. Fairly heavily wrapped all around the knee. Don't know what the details are. Hopefully it's a minor thing, because he played in the entire game. I thought he actually had, frankly, one of his best games of the season. I thought he held up really well against Philadelphia, but that is concerning because your O-line is already not playing great football overall, and you kind of need Tyler Smith to be out there. So I'm not going to put him on the hurt designation yet because it's not Wednesday, but Guyton has been banged up with his little neck-shoulder thing. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as well. Zack Martin has been banged up throughout the year. He's going to keep playing through it, so I'm not going to put the hurt on there quite yet. But he's your best offensive lineman. Tyler Smith is kind of by a big margin right now. You do want him out there. What is your concern level over the apparent Tyler Smith injury? Let me know in the comment section. The pinned comment, actually. Scale it from 1 to 10. Let's talk Chuma Edoga. The Cowboys have activated Chuma Edoga's window to return from IR, from his toe injury, I think it actually was. 21 days to practice, then he has to come off of IR or stay on IR. My reaction to this is why? Why are you doing this? I kind of suspect that Mike Solari is once again causing issues. He is a football nightmare. He's been a terrible offensive line coach for the Cowboys. I'm tired of pretending otherwise or giving him any benefits of the doubt. I kind of think he wants the veteran out there because he's trying to save his job. I want to be very clear on this. There is zero justifiable football reason to play Chuma Edoga at any point this season. I kind of think the Cowboys wanted to start Edoga at left tackle before he got hurt. Now they want to bring him back into the fold. Chuma Edoga is a known quantity, and that quantity is that he's bad at football. He is not a playable left tackle. We get mad at Guyton for missing snaps. Steele too, totally viable. I don't need the older version of those guys being even worse. Let Asim Richards be your third offensive tackle. Let him be your swing tackle. He has earned that in what is a small sample size of opportunity. He's held up pretty darn well in pass rush. I thought he played actually very well last week against the Eagles in his first NFL start. He had 3 bad pass protection reps, especially from 2 the entire game. Still room to grow as a run blocker, but he held up pretty well. This isn't hard. Don't play Chuma Edoga. That's just stupidity if your Cowboys coaching staff goes down that path. Now, what is not stupid is checking out Roan. starchy, stiff workwear is not optimal when you need to endure your busiest, most important days, which we are getting into around the holiday season, and coaching searches inevitably coming for the Dallas Cowboys. So check out Roan. They have premium pieces to elevate every occasion. We're talking the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos, and blazers, all boosted with functional performance properties. Their signature technical fabrics stretch in every direction, breathe, fight odor, and the elements work and effortlessly work together so you can stay calm, cool, and collected even when life takes unexpected turns. The Commuter Collection can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to roan.com/chatsports and use code chatsports to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to RHONE.com/chatsports and use code chatsports. Time to embody your most confident self with Roan. We don't know what the injury is for Hunter Luepke, which does raise a potential red flag in terms of I hope he's okay. Didn't notice that anything happening after the game. What's very frustrating to me is that I am at the points in general where I want to play my young guys. I want to give them opportunities. I want to see if they can be pieces for me in the long term. And it's very frustrating to me to not let Hunter Luepke be one of those guys. Hunter Luepke so far this season has caught 9 passes and has 6 carries. Of those plays, those 15 snaps he's had, do you know that 9 of them have gone for first downs? That is unbelievable, frankly, efficiency for a running back / a fullback. I really don't have any justifiable reasons with where you're at this season that you shouldn't make Hunter Luepke your number 2 back the rest of the way. Let him be your fullback at times with Rico Dowdle. Let him continue to be your third down pass protection back. And let him be your short yardage back. Many of you raised this exact same point. It's kind of wild that when Hunter Luepke fumbled the ball on the goal line against the Miami Dolphins, Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys not just benched him and not just didn't give him opportunities, they basically brought Ezekiel Elliott in to do that role. And then when Zeke fumbles, they give him the very next carry. It's 2024, and it's all about 2025. Play your young guys. Give Luepke a chance as long as he's healthy. So hopefully he is. So should Luepke get even more chances for the Cowboys? Why for yes and for no? Go vote in the comments section of today's video. As we discussed, Jourdan Lewis. Now, again, no details on the Jourdan Lewis injury. I'm kind of hoping this is a veteran rest day, mostly because I don't have the corners to keep playing what I have out there right now. You don't know if you want to give Josh Butler or you want to try Kamon Hall for a game, but kind of feel like Israel Mukwamu is going to take the outside corner spot from Caelen Carson until DaRon Bland gets healthy. More on that in a little bit. And I do like Jourdan Lewis. Now, he's a veteran. I actually think there is a path in which he's back in 2025, unlike some others on this team, so I'm actually fine to continue to play him. He got beat the one time by Johnny Wilson in coverage. You also expected the 5'10 corner to cover the 6'5 receiver in the red zone and also cover for like 5 seconds, so that just didn't make any sense to me. But he's been a good player for you. Of your veteran players, one of the few who have actually met expectations so far this season. Speaking of corners, let's go to DaRon Bland. He still is working with the rehab group, and we are beyond a month now from the last time he practiced. Again, if you haven't been paying attention, DaRon Bland, the Cowboys think he's going to return against the Detroit Lions. He practices Wednesday. He practices Thursday. He doesn't practice Friday, and he hasn't practiced since. And the reason why, no one's really said. Now, Steven kind of gave it away. In a quote that got buried, he made a comment about a setback due to soreness. I think they underplayed that. I think they thought he was going to play against the Detroit Lions. He had a setback, and they're still waiting for him to get back to full speed. And with where your season's at, you should not rush him back. But even just for your confidence, you would like to see him play at some point this season. If he's healthy, if he's 100%, no reason to jeopardize further injury. So does DaRon Bland play this season? A for yes, B for no. Other injury news here, Zack Martin. He's not been himself this year. He's been kind of super banged up, battling through the shoulder stuff. kind of, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to the end of the year and it's like, yeah, I needed shoulder surgery and I just tried to play through it and got through it. That wouldn't be a surprise in what is probably Zack Martin's last year. It sucks. It sucks to potentially go out this way. He'll keep gutting it out. He's a Hall of Famer. Of the veterans you don't want to play anymore, I'll kind of make him the exception that he can keep playing because he's Zack Martin. Eric Kendricks has been banged up for a good portion of the year, much like Nick Vigil. I think it'll be the same thing this week. They'll be limited. There might be some DNPs in there, but then they'll play at the end of the come game day. You do get closer and closer to even the coaching staff acknowledging this point. When do you say, okay, Kendricks, we love you, thank you, but we need to try Maurice Leufke in there? You're getting closer and closer to that destination.